Recently, I've been bombarded with supplement-related questions, and I try my hardest to answer every single one of them, but I get hundreds of emails every single week of people saying, what should I take for this? What should I take for that? So, in an effort to try and answer some of those questions in a quick sit-down podcast type of environment, that's exactly what I'm going to try and do on today's episode. What's up, guys? Matt Weik, Weik Fitness. Thank you so much for tuning into another episode. So, if you follow me on social media, you would know that this past weekend on Sunday, I was in the paper for being part of the supplement expert panel. So they they put together a big article, a big to-do of all the stuff that I've done in the industry, the stuff that I'm working on, the panel itself, what it all encompasses. And from there, I've gotten, a huge influx of emails from people saying, hey, what would you recommend for a supplement to do this or a supplement that would do that? And I want to kind of clarify something. And it's tough because it's going to seem like I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth. I've been in the supplement industry for over a decade now. I know the ins and outs. I know when you should use something, what it should be, what type of dosage you should be looking for, how to get your nutrition correct, how to, have both of them working together to get you the best results, different protein powders, what type you should use at night, what type you should use between meals, stuff to help you get energized for your training, literally everything. And, today, at the time that I'm recording this, it's Wednesday. The article was in on Sunday, and I can't even tell you. I stopped counting how many people have said, "Hey, I read your article, the feature in the newspaper. I have a couple questions about supplements. Can you answer them?" And now, this is just a local newspaper. I mean, I live in Berks County, and in Berks County, not many people are focusing on their health. We have a lot of Pennsylvania Dutch. I mean, we're kind of neighboring Lancaster County, where you have a whole bunch of hard pretzels and potato chips and, fresh pastries and stuff like that. So, health and fitness isn't necessarily, running off the tip of everyone's tongue. So, let's talk about supplements for a minute, because I think there's a big misconception that, oh, well, I'll just take a supplement to help me with this, or I'll just take a supplement to help me with that. And, I understand where a lot of these sports nutrition and supplement stores, where they're heading with, their sales pitch. Oh, well, if you take this product, it's going to help you do this. And if you take that product, it's going to help you do that. I get it. It's their job. That's what they do. There are probably in this area, I can only think of two places that I would ever recommend somebody actually going to get their supplements. And one of them, again, this is Berks County, so you would have to be local to go there. Even though they do have a website, they will ship to you if you're out of state or out of the area, is Fitness Mania. Bob and Ryan at the location do a fantastic job educating everyone that walks through that door. And I mean, sometimes it's to the point where you're like, whoa, like you're talking way over my head, or holy smokes, I didn't want to get that in depth into the subject. Just let me know, do I need this? Do I not need this? But they do a fantastic job of educating their customers. They're right here in Wyomissing, Pennsylvania. You can Google them, Fitness Mania. You can put in Wyomissing as well, and I'm positive that it'll come up. But these two gentlemen who own the supplement store, they're the first to tell somebody, hey, you don't need that product, okay? I'll sell it to you if you really want it, but let's take a deeper dive into your nutrition. And that is 1000% what everyone should be looking at first. Look at your nutrition because everything stems from that. If you're low in energy, more than likely you're lacking somewhere in your nutrition and your diet. If you're not putting on muscle, but you're going to the gym, more than likely there's something missing in your diet. Maybe you're not taking in enough protein. Maybe you're not giving your body enough, carbs or healthy fats. There are so many things that go into play with your nutrition and how your body reacts, adapts, changes, modifies, rebuilds, whatever, based off of the food that you're putting in your mouth. Our body is essentially like a vehicle. It's like a car. What you put in that car will yield you whatever performance comes from what you're putting in. So if you're putting in, high octane gasoline, you're going to be more efficient. The performance is going to improve. The life of the engine is going to improve. But if you put in sugar water, what do you think is going to happen? It's going to bog down. Engine's probably going to blow up on you. And the life of your car is ultimately shortened. I mean, there's a direct correlation of the two when you take that instance and put it into, humans. If you put junk into your body, into your system, it can either have you performing at a high level or it can bog you down. You can get tired. You can have a mental fog, and overall, you just look at life and you're like, oh man, like what is going on? I don't understand. Like, why am I always tired? Why do I feel this way? Why do I have so much inflammation? Why do my joints hurt? Why this? Why that? And it all stems from your nutrition. So we need to take a deeper dive into all of this prior to even considering supplements. I don't like telling people that they should take supplements if I first haven't understood, first, their nutrition, and second, their training. More than likely, I can correct one or both of those things to have them get the results that they need without the use of supplements. I mean, look, not everyone has the disposable income to go spend $50, $100, $200, $500 a month on supplements, and you shouldn't have to. You can technically get all of your nutrients, all your micronutrients that you need from your food. Now, yes, you're going to have to eat not only a ton of food during the day, but a ton of variety. So for many, that's just not realistic. But you want to get as close as possible and then maybe consider supplementing with something. Maybe you're not getting in enough greens. Maybe you have to add a greens powder. Maybe you're trying to reach, maybe your diet is a high protein type of diet. And you're like, man, I cannot eat any more protein throughout the day. You have a busy life. You don't have enough time to sit down and eat 4, 6, 8 ounces of, a protein at every sitting. Whether you're eating 2 meals a day, 7 meals a day, somewhere in between, it doesn't matter. If you look at it and it's not sustainable, for one, you're not going to continue it. But for two, you're not going to be able to achieve and reach your goals. So we need to take a deeper dive. If you're one of those people who you're like, man, I wish there was just a magic pill. That's kind of where people are going these days. They don't want to look at the underlying effects. If you look at people who are overweight and they're like, man, I just want to take this fat loss pill because it says that I can lose weight. And that's great. You might lose a couple, pounds. But look at the bigger picture here. You're not changing any of your habits. You're not changing, the things that you're eating. So as soon as you drop that, fat burner, what do you think's going to happen? You're going to gain the weight back and maybe even some more because you're not changing the things that got you there in the first place. You can't look at yourself and say, wow, this past year I gained so much weight. I gained 20 pounds. And then when you're like, oh man, I want to lose those 20 pounds. Do you really think that you're going to be able to take something and lose those 20 pounds in a month or 2 months, like what all of these ads are saying today for these supplements? No, it's not realistic. It's reckless. It's stupid. Stop believing the hype. I mean, supplements are there to help and aid you once you already have a solid foundation of, a good training protocol and a solid nutrition plan. You need to have that on lock first. And if you haven't already, I want you to do this. I honestly do. And I know you're going to think, Matt, this is such a pain in the butt. I don't want to do it. Please, just do it for one day. Don't change your diet. Don't change anything that you do, okay? But I want you to download MyFitnessPal. It's an app that you can use on Android or iPhone. And basically what it does is you track your meals. And from there, it'll spit out how many calories you had, your macronutrients. It'll go down to the micronutrients if you want to look at those. But I want you to track your food for one day. And I want you to figure out what your maintenance calories should be. Now, in MyFitnessPal, you can put in all of your information and you can, just put in maintenance. They have goals. They have, weight loss, maintenance, and, gain weight or build muscle. I can't remember what term they use. But put it on maintenance. And from there, what I want you to do is track all of your meals, everything that you put in your mouth, from a food to a beverage and everything in between gets logged into MyFitnessPal for that one day. Okay? And at that end of the day, I want you to look at where you sit for your total daily intake for not only calories, but also your macros. I'm willing to bet that if you're saying, I can't lose weight, I need a fat burner, I'm willing to bet that when you look at MyFitnessPal at the end of that first day, you're way over what your maintenance calories should be. And that's the problem. If you can't fix that one thing, if you can't fix where that issue is stemming from, you can't move forward. You're going to use a supplement as a crutch versus getting to the root of the issue itself and fixing it to start seeing the results that you want and desire. And once you get to a point where your calories are fairly low and you're like, I can't go any lower, then maybe add some type of fat burner to it or something that's going to help boost your metabolism. But you have to have your nutrition on point first. Fix the habits, fix the underlying issues first. So for all the people that are out there listening, I think I hit it home enough. I don't think I need to paint a clearer picture. Supplements are just that. It's a supplement. It's not meant to replace food. It's not meant to replace, change in habits. It's just there to supplement what should already be sound nutrition and training protocols. So, not that I don't like hearing from you guys, but I would have so much more free time if everyone would just listen to this episode first, understand the story and the reasoning behind what I'm saying, fix those issues, and then when you say, hey, Matt, I'm looking for something to help, get through a workout, what would you recommend? Then I can give you an answer and say, I would recommend X, Y, or Z. You can get them here or there or wherever and get you on the right path. But first, you have to fix your nutrition. You have to get the right training program. I mean, that's something that I can help you with if you want. I mean, obviously, I have online training clients and I do the nutrition consulting with people. And yes, once those people reach a certain, level, we introduce supplements into the programs. But if that's something that you're interested in, feel free to let me know. You can hit me up on social media at Weik Fitness across the board, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or just head over to the website and just click on the contact tab and just send me an email and I'll answer you guys. and try and get you guys squared away. But that's really all I have for today. I would love your feedback. What are your thoughts on supplements? Do you feel the same way that I do, that, they're being abused today versus, used for their true purpose, which is to aid and help supplement certain areas nutritionally or from a training perspective? Or do you think, hey, look, supplements are there for me to use and abuse? If they weren't meant for me to use them, then they shouldn't be there. So let me know what your thought is. If you're over on my website, there's tons of content that are over there. Please, if you like something, if you're on my website and you're reading an article and you're like, man, I love this article, share it. I have the Twitter and the Facebook share tabs right there to make it super easy. You click on it, it pops up a window. You can type in something like, hey, I just read this article. I love it. Wanted to share it with you guys. Hope it brings you tons of value, whatever the case may be. That really helps us because it helps get the work out. It helps build a larger community where more people are coming to, the website, to the podcast, to learn. And that's really why I do it. I mean, if you look at the stuff that's in my blog or you look at this podcast, I don't monetize it. I'm not making anything from that. So, the more that you guys share, the more people that come, the more lives that I can help change. And that's what it's really about. So any likes, shares, comments, feedback is much appreciated. If you're listening over on iTunes, I hope you're subscribed. I hope you're getting this every week on your device. And if you're subscribed on YouTube, I know YouTube is more of a video platform, but I'm putting the audio up on YouTube just because there are so many people that are there. I feel that I would be, doing a disservice to not put it up on that platform where if you're already watching all the videos that you're subscribed to from various YouTubers, it just makes sense to have it on that platform that you can, listen to the podcast right there. But thank you guys so much. I hope you guys are having a fantastic week. If you read my article, I would love your feedback. If you're in Pennsylvania, hit me up. I would love to know, your thoughts on the article. There's tons of stuff going on. Next month, I have a huge, huge, huge announcement. If you follow me on social media, you already know kind of the backstory. There's a big award that I'm going to be getting next month. It's going to be in the paper. I'm going to be at an awards ceremony, a gala. It's a very big deal, and I'm very honored to be making this list. I've worked very hard, so I can't wait to share it with you guys. But I hope you guys are as fired up as I am to tackle the rest of the day or evening, whenever you're listening to this. But I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, an amazing rest of your week, and I hope to catch you guys on the next episode.